else, you'll find sport coats and suits at our lowest prices of the season. And when you buy any suit, you'll get a second one for only $100. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Thanks for making WLKY your #1 evening newscast at 5.
I'm James Brown in New York. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, all the scores, highlights on this pivotal final day of the regular season. The Sprint Halftime Report is next.
Wisconsin rallies to win. The long desperation by Denver. Lead it up. Count it on the 5. A record crowd to see the championship. North Carolina is the 2009 national champion.
Run your fantasy football league with the most powerful league manager on the web. Brought to you by Sprint, official wireless service sponsor of the NFL. Visit cbssports.com/commissioner.
He came back for another shot at the playoffs. You can too. NFL.com Fantasy Playoff Challenge is back. It's free. And you could win a trip to Super Bowl 45. You thought the fantasy season was over. Sign up now at NFL.com/fantasy. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Concussions and other head injuries must be taken seriously. If you're a player, protect yourself and your teammates. If you think you're hurt, don't hide it. Report it and take time to recover. If you're a coach or parent, know concussion symptoms and warning signs. And never let athletes return to action before a health professional says it's okay. Help take head injuries out of play. To learn more, contact the CDC.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
And welcome back to Studio 43 and the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm James Brown along with my guys, Dan, Coach Shannon, and Boomer. Buffalo all over the Colts in the first half, Coach.
Guys, it's one team looks like they're right at home, and another team looks like they want to go home. Exactly. And I'll tell you right now, Indianapolis is an indoor team playing outdoors, and they don't look very good right now. Hey, kudos right now, Fitzpatrick, 3 touchdown passes this first half. It's all Buffalo.
No question about it, playing hard. All right, Coach, let's stay with it. The Patriots and the Texans.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Mesh, they go up 13-10 this field goal. New England adds on a field goal, 13-13 at the half.
All right, must win between these two squads, Dan.
Okay, here we go. Pittsburgh Steelers first drive. Ben Roethlisberger, time to throw. Throws it underneath to Santonio Holmes, 5-yard touchdown, 7-0. Then Chad Henne to Lex Hilliard, 11-yard touchdown time. Ties the game. Then Ben Roethlisberger with 150 yards passing in the first half. Bomb here to Mike Wallace for his second touchdown and a half. That's a 54-yarder, and the Steelers up 17-10.
All right, meanwhile, Shannon, the Browns are playing hard.
Joshua Cribbs in the Wildcat formation, Jay. 14 yards.
He's the
off the right.
Offense.
Yes, he is.
Giving the ball.
10-3 at this point. And what do you do, JB? Get the ball in his hands as many ways as possible. Here on the handoff, reverses field all the way down to the 6-yard line would lead to a field goal. 13-3 in the third quarter, but Jacksonville's driving.
Boom.
All right, what do you see these highlights, guys? One team is playing for the NFC #2 seed. That's the Minnesota Vikings. And the other team stopped playing 2 weeks ago. How about Brett Favre, 19-23, 271 yards and 3 touchdowns. They are a completely different team when they play in that dome in front of their home fans. They've lost their last 3 outside on the road. They're getting their mojo back as Adrian Peterson goes in. He hasn't fumbled today. And Brett Favre has thrown 32 touchdown passes on the season. That's the 9th time that he has thrown for over 30 touchdowns. And how about the Giants? They've been outscored 72-9 the last 6 quarters. They're getting mauled 31-0 at halftime.
Not pretty, Dan. Saints and Panthers.
And what does Carolina do? They run the football. Right here you go.
I thought you were going to
Jonathan Stewart right up the middle. Then he cuts back outside, goes untouched, 67 yards here for the touchdown. He has 102 yards rushing in the first half. It's been all Carolina. The Saints, doing nothing on offense. This play right here, Reggie Bush go 16 yards. They only have 86 yards of total offense. That led to a field goal.
Touchdown run didn't look like they were doing much on defense either.
No, okay, Shannon, here you go. Matt Moore finds Dwayne Jarrett for a touchdown pass, 14-3. What'd you say?
That was kind of dismissive. Like, Shannon, your highlights are coming up. Here they are now,
That quarterback, Josh Freeman, back to pass on the play fake.
What's going to happen here?
He's going to get sacked by Chauncey Davis, but they already have a 3-0 lead, Dana. And Matt Ryan, he's back to pass. Looks for his tight end, Justin Peele, 32-yard hookup, down to the 50-yard line. And here Geno Hayes is going to return the favor. He sacks Matt Ryan, but right before the half, Matt Ryan, Justin Peele, 2 yards, touchdown, 10-3 at the half, Dirty Bird. Starting the third quarter.
Looking for their second straight, back-to-back, that is, winning seasons for the first time. All right, boom.
JB, can't we all just get along, please? How about Dante Culpepper? He and Calvin Johnson, a little miscommunication right there. Zachary Bowman comes up with it, 3-0 Chicago at this point. But Dante Culpepper will come back. He's a seasoned veteran, right? He's got to forget about those bad plays. Watch this throw right here to Brian Johnson. He looks off the middle linebacker, comes back. And then right before the end of the second quarter, that's Greg Olsen. That's the favorite target of Jay Cutler.
Yep.
And the Bears are leading 13-10 at halftime.
Big year for Jay Cutler and 10, JB.
Coach.
Well, highlights in there was 6 sacks. There was 4 by St. Louis, 2 by San Francisco. So let me show you a few of them here. Alex Smith, he's sacked by James Laurinaitis for 8 yards.
This is sack? That was the Road Warrior son. You remember the Road Warrior?
No, I never knew him. Well, here's Alex Smith gets sacked by Craig Dahl. So those were the 3 sacks in the first half, along with a 54-yard Josh Brown field goal, a scintillating 3-0 game at the half.
Scintillating, Coach says.
Absolutely.
Back for the second half of the Colts and the Bills while they chat after this.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
Cold Case. Tonight, only CBS.
The day you give someone a Lexus is just the first of many memories you'll make with it. The Lexus December to Remember sales event with some of the best values of the year. Lease the 2010 RX 350 all-wheel drive for $479 a month for 36 months with $37.79 due at signing. Now through January 4th.
Looking for your best chance to turn $1 into something bigger? Play Kentucky Cash Ball. It's your best chance to win a quick $200,000 because you can play up to 6 days a week. Add kicker for $1 for a chance to win an extra 10 grand. Cash Ball from the Kentucky Lottery.
You're going to love Louisville Athletic Club's Resolution Solution.
For a limited time, you can join the area's premier fitness center with no money down.
We have month-to-month contracts and are ready to help you meet your fitness needs.
Don't wait. Call LAC now and get started on your Resolution Solution.
For the best local weather forecast online,
think Inside the Box.
The new and improved weather page at WLKY.com.
Your local forecast the way you want it.
Think Inside the Box. The new and improved weather page at WLKY.com. Thanks for making WLKY.com the #1 local website for news.
Find the best drama, comedy, news, and sports. America's most watched network.
What are the odds?
Only CBS.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
Sun Life Financial has never taken government bailout money, yet no one knows our name. That's about to change.
So you'll pay for the tour, but I have to change my name.
No, you're still KC, but from now on, they will be the Sun Life Band.
It's funky.
Sooner or later, you'll know our name. Sun Life Financial.
It has already been a memorable day here in Buffalo. Halftime, the Bills lead it 24-7. Bill McAtee back with Steve Berline. Your thoughts on that first half?
Well, we saw a little bit of everything out there. I think we saw a little bit more Peyton Manning than we thought, but we did see him out there, and they looked a little bit, kind of tentative early in the first drive, but they came back the second drive, got it going, scored a touchdown, and Curtis Painter struggled coming in, a little bit, but the bottom line is that he was out there, I believe, for one purpose, and that purpose was to pump the ball to Reggie Wayne and Dallas Clark. No doubt about it. He wanted to get them both to 100 catches. They did that, and so mission accomplished as far as the Colts are concerned. There was no doubt that's what he was out there for. The win is really a minor issue at this point.
And other than that, it was all Buffalo Bills. Ryan Fitzpatrick had an outstanding opening half with 3 touchdown passes, including one of 41 yards to T.O.
It was an offensive explosion, and I'll tell you what, the Buffalo Bills have not seen this kind of offensive production in a very long time. Now, it was against a lot of backup players for the Indianapolis Colts, but the execution in very adverse conditions, I think, is something to be encouraged about. T.O. having fun, having a great time, the big touchdown, getting the crowd into it. This is a great way for the Buffalo Bills to end their season.
And this game is brought to you in high definition here on CBS. The snow has actually let up quite a bit, and as you can see, they've cleared the field. The snow plows very busy during our break at halftime, and still you can see the right side of your screen kind of finishing up. Temperature still with the wind chill factor below 0 here just outside of Buffalo at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Orchard Park, New York.
It's kind of frustrating, Bill, as a player. You go in the locker room and you're literally frozen when you go in there in the locker room at halftime. You get that 10 or 12 minute break. You get thawed out just a little bit, get the blood flowing again, and then you got to come back out and you hit that tunnel in the field and you're reminded where you are very quickly.
And they had to delay the kick. They were all set to kick, and then they noticed that the snowplow guy was racing along the sideline trying to clear the back end zone over there.
Just want to let him know he wasn't done yet. He wants to finish the job.
That's a pretty good lead blocker. Squib kick. Fielded on one hop. And this is not a bad effort. Good return out close to the 40-yard line by Jamie Silva, the backup safety. And let's show you a little time lapse and our MVP so far today. The guys in the snowplows did a good job.
Now it seems as though they've done this before.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. All right. So just underway in the second half. That's Curtis Painter, the rookie 6th-round draft pick out of Purdue, with the Indianapolis Colts trailing 24-7. Close to the 38-yard line. Mike Hart getting a good look at him, the backup running back. 2nd year out of Michigan, 6th-round pick in 2008.
And that right there was about the most physical run we've seen today out of the Indianapolis Colts. Straight off the left side behind Tony Hugo, the 2nd-round draft choice in 07, who has been a disappointment his first couple years in the league. But Jim Caldwell said, you know what, the last 6-7 weeks, he's really picked up his game and turned on. He's playing very well right now. Getting a chance to play because of Charlie Johnson being held out.
Short drop. Painter checks it down to Hart. And Hart with a nice catch at midfield. John Cordo, the linebacker, made the stop.
Well, if I put myself in Curtis Painter's head right now, I'm thinking, you know what, first half didn't go too well. I need to make a statement this second half, because the true backup quarterback for the Colts, Jim Sorgi, out with a shoulder injury. He knows that next year there's going to be decisions made for himself. He's got to play a little bit better this second half.
Hart, good penetration by the Bills. George Wilson was there along with Aaron Schobel. Schobel was one of the few bright spots last week against Atlanta. He had 3 sacks, bringing his season total to 10, his first multi-sack game since 2006.
So one of the big questions around Buffalo this week is this going to be the last time they see Aaron Schobel in a Buffalo Bills uniform or even on a football field? He's contemplating retirement.
Loss of 3, so 2nd and 13 for the Colts. Back in their own territory. Painter. Incomplete. Threw it behind Hank Basket.
And you can't say enough about this guy. And we've had a chance to get to know him over the years. An incredible, consistent pass rusher. Kind of undersized if you look at the numbers on paper, but he consistently, year after year, finds a way to get the job done. He's gone from being a speed guy with incredible talent on the outside to more of a technician, Perry Fuels told us, but he's still very valuable. He's got 10 sacks on the year. A big part of things here. It's just a matter of whether he's at a point where he's too frustrated to continue on by what the Bills have been going through.
He's been one of the best in the NFL since he came into the league in 2001. Painter able to escape and then falls forward at the 43-yard line.
And that was Schobel coming around the edge along with Marcus Stroud, number 99. They're walking off together. They both were right there, had two hands on Painter. He just slipped out. You're going to see a good pass rush going against Hugo, and both of them, you know what they did? They hit each other and knocked each other off of the quarterback, Curtis Painter.
And it looks like the Colts are going to go for it on fourth down, 4th and 3. From the Buffalo 42-yard line. Painter, the slant, incomplete.
Well, that should have been pass interference, in my opinion, right there.
Sam Jaguar, the intended receiver. Drayton Florence knocked it away, and it will go over on downs to the Buffalo Bills.
This is what I do. Who's been on an airplane before?
Me.
This is who I am.
This is what I do. This is who I am.
This is what I do. Now, what do you guys want for dessert?
Brownies.
Brownies. This is who I am.
Welcome to the Now Network, only from Sprint, population 49 million. Right now, 180,000 people following 100 NFL players aren't receiving a single tweet. Surprise, surprise, they're playing football. 34,000 Sprint NFL mobile live users are making a last-second fantasy substitution. And another, and another.
I got this, for real.
And 1,600 players are using 15 miles of tape to protect 23 body parts on game day. For more NFL Now, join 1.5 million NFL mobile live users. Text NFL to 7777. Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
We're waiting here forever.
Hi, Dad.
You are my girl.
Emma Craven was the daughter of Detective Thomas Craven.
Can't have you on this investigation. She was my daughter. Trying to stop me. Cases like these are never solved. I need to know what kind of trouble she was in.
You are out of your jurisdiction.
My daughter was Emma Craven. I'm the guy with nothing to lose.
Edge of Darkness, rated R, starts January 29th.
He helped rich Americans hide billions in a Swiss bank. Now he's opening the secret vault and telling 60 Minutes how it was done tonight.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
12:07 left to go in the third. 24-7 Bills as Buffalo goes back to work. Their first possession of the second half. Jackson over 100 yards in the first half. And that's some tough running out across the 45 to the 46.
That is a really good 4-yard run for Fred Jackson right there.
Philip Wheeler, the Sam linebacker, finally brought him down.
Hitting the backfield initially, just keeps driving his legs, refuses to go down, and that's one of the qualities and characteristics that his teammates, specifically the offensive line, appreciate and respect so much about this guy.
44 yards short of 1,000. Of course, Jackson played his college football at Little Co-College in Iowa, so he's used to adverse weather. Jackson. Boy, a nice move to pick up a couple.
Yeah, these last two runs he hasn't had a lot of help. It's been pretty much Fred Jackson against 11 Indianapolis Colts right there. That was really nothing designed, nothing there where the play was designed to go on the outside. He planted, cut back, and picked up another nice 2-yard gain.
How about that? No rushing yards for the Indianapolis Colts today. We're still without Joseph Adai. He's not playing.
Resting a couple of offensive linemen as well. Ryan Deem and Charlie Johnson, they're 2 tackles.
We also haven't seen much of Donald Brown, the rookie out of UConn. Jackson back inside, across midfield into Indianapolis territory, still turning his legs. What a run!
They're going to rule him down at the 31-yard line.
A wild play.
He did not hear the whistle, so kept those legs moving. That's one of the best runs we've seen all year.
Guys are losing their helmets and bouncing off of other people. It's going to be a pickup of 22. Let's go back and look at it.
And you can just see him keep those legs driving, the balance. The shoulders are square, and he was thinking that maybe he wasn't taken to the field, that maybe he had
tripped over his own man.
Would not have been ruled down by contact, so he got up and said, I didn't hear the whistle yet.
It's just for the...
Great effort by Fred Jackson.
They'll spot it at the 31. Now, he is one of those players that all of his teammates admire. 65 yards after contact, 129 on the day, and they want to see him reach 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. Jackson. Great move. Back inside and another first down. Wheeler made the tackle, and again, let's send you to New York and this update with JB.
Hey, Bill and Steve, Houston hurting itself. Take Steve Burline.
Wow, JB, thank you. Matt Schaub has had just a tremendous year coming in, leading all NFL quarterbacks with almost 4,500 yards passing, 8 300-yard games, but he's going to have to bring the Texans back. Short drop, Fitzpatrick incomplete. T.O. was the intended receiver.
Well, on the Houston Texans, what a disappointing season it's been. They still have a chance, an outside shot at getting to the playoffs, but you look at how they started out the season, 5-2, and then hit a real cold period during the middle part of the season, and now just scrambling to stay alive in the playoff hunt.
2 of the 6 playoff spots in the AFC will be decided here in the final weekend. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Just over 9 minutes left in the third. Jackson with some room back inside. Hits a wall. Down close to the 15. Trying to untangle. There we go.
It's not fun being on the bottom of that pile. Trust me, I've been there a few times. It seems like you're down there for an eternity. Well, these Buffalo Bills, give them credit now. Jackson 43 yards on this drive. The Colts nothing all day running the ball. But these guys are coming. They know they've only got about 22 more minutes left in the season. They're going to play hard.
Jackson 55 yards away. Picks up 1 or 2 there. .24 carries.
146 yards, 4 to go. We'll see that effort the next time the Bills get the ball, I'm sure.
So Ryan Lindell is on to try the field goal from 33 yards out. And he's got it. That extends the Buffalo lead. 27-7, and Fred Jackson is very close to 1,000 yards on the season.
Pump it in there. still refreshing football fans everywhere. For the taste as cold as the Rockies. Frost Brew Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer, and the official beer sponsor of the Super Bowl.
On January 19th, the world's deadliest assassins are back.
I think tonight's going to end badly.
The director of Narc presents Smokin' Aces 2 on January 19th.
You remember me? You gave me that 5-liter.
Whoa! I got a winner! I got it!
At 89 cents, everyone's a winner. The new cheesy double-decker taco. A crunchy taco and nacho cheese sauce all wrapped up so it's like getting twice the taco. Only at Taco Bell. Why pay more?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And by Coors Light. When the mountains turn blue, your beer is as cold as the Rockies and ready for kickoff.
We're back outside of Buffalo. Fred Jackson had all of the Bills' yards on that last drive. Now 4 yards away. I spoke earlier, 4 yards away from his first 1,000-yard season. And he has earned it. He has been a real workhorse for these Buffalo Bills all season. 7:32 left to play in the third. Now 27-7 Buffalo. Snow has abated somewhat, but it is still very cold here in Orchard Park.
Peyton fought putting on the jacket in the first half. I think
he's happy to have it now.
Yeah, he finally
the
realized.
Hand warmers. Jaguar back deep again for the Colts. And he feels it at the 11. Sam Jaguar from Quebec trying to find a seam. And it's brought down at the 27-yard line. Hardy fans here in Buffalo. Thank goodness he's got the hat on.
So, heading to the doctor? Yeah. You gonna ask him this time? About what? Our erectile dysfunction. Shh, no, I don't want to talk about it. Look, you're not alone. Millions of men with ED have talked to their doctors. I don't know. We can do this. Okay.
Talking to your doctor about ED may be the last thing you want to do, but it's definitely a conversation worth having. 20 million men have had their Viagra talk. When you're ready for yours, you'll find helpful tips on talking to your doctor at Viagra.com. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. Talk to your doctor today and ask if Viagra is right for you.
America's top CEOs are going undercover in their own companies.
I'm actually going to be that first-time employee.
To discover the truth.
This goes by so fast. I missed it. I've got to reveal my true identity. Oh, my God.
I don't know what to say.
Undercover Boss premieres after the Super Bowl, only CBS.
The Colts season has been ended by the San Diego Chargers the last 2 seasons. 2 years ago, the Colts would go ahead on a 55-yard touchdown pass, Manning to Gonzalez, but Billy Bullock would dive in for the eventual game-winning touchdown. Last year, 31 seconds remaining, the Chargers' Nate Kading tied the game, sent it in overtime, and then Darren Sproles won it for the Chargers 23-17. And San Diego and Indianapolis seeded 1 and 2, so if the seeds hold, they would meet in Indy for the AFC Championship and the right to go to Super Bowl 44 in Miami. 7:24 left to go in the third. Buffalo comfortably ahead, 27-7. The delay to Hart with some running room. Mike Hart, who had such a productive career at the University of Michigan. Chris Draft, the Sam linebacker, finally brought him down.
Well, you know, you're talking about the playoffs there too, but that was a great run by Mike Hart. But you look at the way it plays out. If it does work out, we were talking to Dwight Freeney yesterday, and he said ideally he'd love to get a chance at the 2 nemesis for the Colts since they've been here, to get the New England Patriots in their first round, the second round of the playoffs, and then meet up with San Diego and try and set that slate clean in the AFC Championship game. Said that the Chargers just seem to have had their number on that particular day the last couple years.
Hart. Stacked up short of the line of scrimmage, a loss of a couple.
And you remember how it was back in the playoffs a few years back when it just seemed as though the Colts could not beat the Patriots for the life of them. And they finally got that monkey off their back, and now the last couple years it has been the San Diego Chargers. Peyton Manning knows it. He's highly, highly motivated. They've been prepping for the playoffs for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, they're already in playoff mode. We had a good visit with Peyton yesterday, and you can tell, you know, it was disappointing not to have a chance for the perfect season, but they are thinking about bigger things. Painter, incomplete. Basket couldn't bring it in. Hank Basket, 6 starts for the Eagles last season. 33 catches for 440 yards and 3 touchdowns, released by Philadelphia back in September and signed by the Colts.
And Bill, on Peyton Manning, you know, when we were talking to him yesterday, he told us that Bill Polian wanted to come in and address the team on Wednesday about the issues regarding last week and the quest for 16-0, and Peyton said, you know what, this is a player's issue, let me handle this, let me talk to the team. And he did so, and it seems as though everybody's on the same page now, and Peyton kept them together once again.
Let's see what his backup Curtis Painter can do on 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. Painter incomplete at the feet of Jacob Tamme, the H-back. And the Colts will have to punt.
A tough situation for Curtis Painter. Coming in last week in the loss to the New York Jets, you know, he was hit and sacked, fumbled on a play that happened late in the game. There was the winning points for the New York Jets.
Peyton Manning actually took most of the reps with the first team this week. Painter didn't really get to run the offense till Friday. Did it get to the end zone?
Yes.
Yes. So a touchback, a 58-yard punt by the rookie Pat McAfee.
In the race to find a cure.
How much more time do we have?
Maybe a year.
I think I can save your kids.
2 men.
You and me are going into business.
The odds against you are crushing.
Will stand together.
You guys just can't go off without consulting us.
Nobody's gonna tell me how to run my lab.
And fight for the impossible.
You jeopardize this company.
You have a chance to actually save lives.
Inspired by a true story.
Don't get your hopes up. It's a Hail Mary.
Extraordinary Measures. Rated PG. In theaters January 22nd.
Does your phone surf the web? Does your phone surf the web with the speed and power of a pro surfer at Pipeline? Does it bring you the web in all its glory, in all its intended pixels, allowing you to reach the farthest expanses of its universe, deepest depths of its oceans, without getting as much as a grain of sand in your shorts? Droid does. Wave-shredding web speed. In a world that doesn't, Droid does.
Right now, buy a Droid and get a Droid Eris free.
Do you need some help?
M&M's. Have them at your Super Bowl party.
Hey, look, we're on the guest list.
That's the menu.
Catch TV's #1 show, NCIS, Tuesday, only CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Viagra and by BlackBerry.
Bills take over at their own 20-yard line, leading 27-7, 5:34 left to play in the third. And Fred Jackson, 4 yards away from his first 1,000-yard season. And clearly that has been a priority today for these Buffalo Bills to try to get him to that number. And he's got it. Fred Jackson. Over 1,000 yards for the season.
And everybody knows it too. They knew coming into this drive that Fred Jackson needed 1,000 yards. They're going to save that football. As soon as he got the 4 yards, you saw all the hands on the sidelines go up, celebrating the accomplishment. They know this young man deserves it. He gives it up for the team each and every week. There's the football. That'll go someplace special.
That was good for 20 yards. And it gets him at 166. Short drop, Fitzpatrick. Up the sideline for Evans and incomplete. Jacob Lacey had pretty good coverage. Let's take a look back on Fred Jackson this season. 1,000 yards, 44 yards receiving, or 44 catches rather, for 356 yards receiving. He returns kicks. He's thrown a touchdown pass. He has literally done it all for these Buffalo Bills.
And the way he goes about his business is what endears his teammates and coaches to him even more so. They just love the way he carries himself on a day-to-day basis.
Always with a smile, works hard, very focused. He'll get it again, and he's at a career high in terms of yardage, out close to midfield. And they'll put that away, a great souvenir for Fred Jackson. In his third season, his first 1,000-yard season.
Quite an accomplishment. You saw right there in that last carry that he can hurt you in a lot of different ways. He can hurt you to the edge with the cutback run, take it down the sideline, but he can move that pile if he needs to move the pile.
And he's 25 yards away from a 200-yard game. Already in career best territory. High formation, they give it to Jackson. Powering his way forward. Crowd loves it, down close to the 45-yard line.
Well, I think these people here in Buffalo, they've seen enough football to know when they've got something special. They know it's been a frustrating 10 years here and without going to the playoffs, but they know that with Fred Jackson back there as a big part of this young nucleus, they've got a chance to get pretty good if they just make a few key additions, get the right man in here to make the calls, and they'll be on their way.
Snow is starting to come down harder again. Toss back to Jackson. And he'll lose a yard or two. Irvin Baldwin, the left defensive end who started today for Robert Mathis, made the stop. Penalty marker on the play. And it's going to be against the Buffalo Bills.
Holding. Offense. Number 62. 10-yard penalty.
Richie Incognito, who signed a couple weeks ago after being released by the Rams.
And we talked about the playoff drought. Look at that. The Lions and the Bills in misery for 10 seasons. Raiders, Browns, and Niners bringing up second place. Third place, I guess it would be.
Bills missing the postseason for the 10th consecutive year. The Colts are coming off a decade where they set NFL records with 115 victories, 7 consecutive 12-win seasons, 8 straight appearances in the playoff. Fitzpatrick caught by Evans.
This will be the Colts' 9th in 10 years. The 9th playoff berth in 10 years of this decade. So you're talking about opposite ends of the spectrum. And you know what? The first win of this decade was against the Buffalo Bills by the Colts, and this is actually it'd be the first game of
the new decade. They actually met here at Ralph Wilson Stadium almost exactly 10 years ago. On January 2nd, 2000, the Bills won 31-6. 2nd and 8 after the completion to Evans. Again, Jackson reverses his field and has some running room. Jackson out of bounds at the 20. Kelvin Hayden finally drove him out of bounds.
Well, you know what? The Bills are pulling all this off. Watch Ryan Fitzpatrick. This play, I think, was designed to be a cutback. You see Fitzpatrick going out in front and getting a nice block right there on Kelvin Hayden. Just enough to give Fred Jackson an extra 5 or 10 yards. I think it was by design, because the way Ryan Fitzpatrick came out after he made the toss, he was humming down that field. I think Fred Jackson was looking for him to kind of scoot in behind.
Fred Jackson over 200 yards now. That was good for 26, and a good block as well by Lee Evans. Jackson stopped at the line of scrimmage. And again, let's send you to New York for an NFL update with JB.
Hey, Bill, Pittsburgh playing like it's a must-win situation. Take a look at Ben Roethlisberger out of the shotgun, buying time. Couple pumps here on the move. He's 11 of 18, 168 yards. That was his third touchdown toss of the day to tight end Heath Miller, 24-10. Pittsburgh up late in the third. Bill McAtee, Steve Berline.
All right, JB, thank you very much. Well, both those teams clinging to a shot at the postseason.
Pittsburgh lost 5 straight middle of the season, but showing what they're made of here down the stretch.
Jackson over 200 yards and swarmed under.
It's not a foul. You're in
Might have lost a yard or two. He has got to be exhausted. 30 carries, 205 yards for Fred Jackson.
Came in the same year as Marshawn Lynch, but looking like he's established himself as the guy of the future here this year.
Play action. T.O. incomplete. Couldn't bring it in.
Well, the ball a little bit high. Ryan Fitzpatrick, if this ball is down on the numbers, Terrell Owens can make that catch. I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago he might have gone up after that, maybe giving up the ribs a little bit too. I don't think it really was a catchable ball, but a little older, a little wiser Terrell Owens right there, making a decision not to go up for it.
Maybe he heard in these conditions snowshoes from Aaron Francisco.
Yes.
He had a good beat on him. This is a 36-yard field goal try by Lindell, and good. So a memorable day. A lot of milestones reached. Fred Jackson, a 200-yard game, 1,000 yards on the season.
Bravo, Charlie, this is Echo Delta. Open fire.
Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Call off the tanks.
There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need.
Domino's pizza crust to me is like cardboard.
I hear what some folks are saying about our stuff.
Your sauce tastes like ketchup.
I mean, that hits you right in the heart.
Most companies hide the criticism, and we actually faced it head on.
There comes a time when you know you've got to make a change.
We improved everything. 40% more herbs in the sauce.
New shredded cheese with tons of flavor.
And a new garlic seasoning on the crust. We want everybody to try it. The deal is 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back.
All of it. Not half of it, all of it.
We're all waiting for the event that will be heard around the world because we're all fans. The greatest artists, the one-of-a-kind performances, the moments that can only happen live at the Grammys. Here we come. Sunday, January 31st, only CBS.
Well, during the break, they announced Fred Jackson's accomplishment of 1,000 yards on the season. He got a huge ovation. Fred with 12 carries in the third quarter for 103 yards.
That's a pretty impressive quarter.
New accumulation of snowfall on the field. Taken at the 11 by Jaguar. And out across the 35-yard line. Well, next Sunday, the NFL on CBS begins the home stretch to the Super Bowl with the AFC wildcard round. The buildup begins with JB, Dan, Coach, Shannon, and Boomer on a special playoff edition of the NFL Today.
Well, feels like 3 degrees.
Oh, good. We've gotten into positive territory. 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. Painter gets rid of it. That's caught. And bobbled and incomplete. Mike Hart was the intended receiver. So that's the end of the third quarter with our score: Buffalo 30, the Colts 7. Back after this message and a word from your local station.
At the People's Choice Awards, we listen when you vote for your favorite TV, music, and movie stars.
The People's Choice Awards, live CBS Wednesday night.
Don't miss CSI. Thursday, only CBS.
Yes, buddy. You look great. Thanks. All right. You guys ready to do this? Yeah, let's go.
This is the time of year when Honda dealers are making great deals. You have your holiday traditions. We have ours. Now you can get a holiday lease or low financing from your Honda dealer.
At Speedway, I get way more coffee choices. And I love their new mochas.
I used to get this stuff at a burger joint. They charge almost $3 a cup. Here at Speedway, just 99 cents.
I get the same quality at Speedway for a lot less.
$3 there, 99 cents here.
Any 16-ounce coffee creation at Speedway is just 99 cents every day.
And with my Speedy Rewards card, my 7th cup is free.
Your coffee, your way, the convenience stores of Speedway.
Coach, you're losing 40% of your heating and cooling energy through your attic. What's your strategy for the second half?
We're going to use HKC roofing to blow in Owens Corning expanding fiberglass insulation. It'll save us 30% on our heating and air conditioning bills, 30% on our utility bills.
How do you know it works?
Because my wife told me so. And fellas, we know our wives don't lie. Go with a proven winner. Call HKC Roofing today at 502-212-1081.
Watch Wheel of Fortune, weeknights at 7 on WLKY.
We're back, and we want to just thank our crew today for an outstanding job. Really tough conditions, not only today, but setting up over the last couple of days here with temperatures in the single digits, the wind chill below zero. It wasn't easy. And as always, the men and women of CBS Sports doing spectacular work to bring you the NFL here on CBS.
Those guys in the camera, they give it up every week. You gotta love them.
2nd and 10, they cleared the hash marks, so at least we can see those. The delay to Hart with some running room and out of bounds, close to a first down for the Colts. I was down there before the game. Steve, you were up here. You didn't venture out, but it was very cold. I went by and talked to some of the guys down there, and I'll tell you what, they're earning their money today.
Oh,
great job, guys.
No doubt about it. Yep, and happy about it. Look at that. Fired up. Now, I've been down on a cold football field many, many times. I didn't need to see another one today.
From the 47-yard line, 30-7, Buffalo. Again, the delay. Hart. Chris Kelsey made the stop. And again, let's go to JB in New York for an update.
All right, New England put in the kibosh. Steve Berline.
All right, thank you very much, JB. So hopes fading for the Houston Texans, not only for a spot in the postseason, but for their first winning record ever. Hart tripped up after a nice pickup again by Chris Kelsey, who's had an outstanding game.
Speaking of Houston, Bill, it pains me to bring this up, but coach who I have a lot of respect for, Gary Kubiak, been a lot of speculation about his future down there in Houston if his team finds a way to keep themselves out of the playoffs after such a good start, and it appears that that's probably going to be the case. So just another potential change of coaching staff.
3rd and 3. Let's get to the 43-yard line for a first down. Hayner up the sideline, incomplete. Tried to hit Sam Jaguar. Dayton Florence, the cornerback, had very good coverage, so that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 3.
And Drayton Florence had good coverage for sure. I don't know how many reps Jaguar and Curtis Painter have had together, and you couple that with the fact that they're thrown into the hardest corner of the field to throw, with the way this wind generally blows, very difficult completion there.
Roscoe Parrish back at about the 10-yard line, ready for the Pat McAfee punt. And this is a booming punt that will bound into the end zone for a touchback. 12:48 left to play, a 54-yard punt. 30-7 Buffalo.
Welcome to the Now Network. Franny, Matt, and James just got 3 of Sprint's best 3G phones. Franny has the Palm Pre, which runs multiple apps at the same time.
Franny!
James the Jet Setter can call from just about anywhere in the world with the International BlackBerry Tour. And Matt has the customizable HTC Hero with Google, giving him access to thousands of apps. Bringing you the first and only wireless 4G network, as well as the most impressive lineup of phones. Sprint, the Now Network.
In 1873, Coors Banquet was shipped by stage to places like Durango, Leadville, and Cripple Creek. Thirsty miners demanded a beer made with the best high country barley and only Rocky Mountain water. Today, our beer is shipped by rail to places like Memphis, Buffalo, and Sacramento. But one thing hasn't changed. Folks still demand a banquet. Coors, the banquet beer.
You know, truck guys, they like to get the job done right.
Measure twice, cut once, I always say.
Let me give you a hand there. Did you know that this Silverado has 315 horsepower? How about your F-150?
Less.
Silverado's powertrain is back for 5 years or 100,000 miles. Yours?
40,000 miles less.
Don't blame the carpenter. Blame the tool.
Now get 0% APR for 72 months, or during the Chevy Red Tag event, use $2,000 holiday cash to get $5,500 total cash back on select 09 Silverado vehicles in stock.
Find everything you need for the playoffs now at NFLshop.com.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 44.
It's been a snowy day here just outside of Buffalo and Orchard Park, but these hardy fans have hung in there. They've seen Fred Jackson go over 1,000 yards on the season and working on a 200-yard rushing day. 12:48 left to play. Jackson's back in there, and they give it to him on first down. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Aaron Francisco, who started at strong safety today, made the stop. Here's the run for Jackson that took him over 1,000 yards for the season. He came in 150 yards short, so we figured it was a long shot, but they have given him the ball over and over again. 31 carries so far today for Fred Jackson.
You saw him there at the end thanking the fans. And really, these conditions have played very much in his favor. This hard, cold field, he's been taking advantage of the pursuit by the Colts defense and cutting back for big gains.
From the 20-yard line, Fitzpatrick incomplete, tried to hit his tight end Stupar. Freddie Keaho knocked it away, the inside linebacker, in his 4th year out of San Diego State.
On the coverage.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Bills.
3rd and 10 from the 20.
Bills 5 of 11 on 3rd down. They have not been great on that this season.
25%, the worst in the NFL.
Fitzpatrick, the TO. And he's brought down or pushed out of bounds immediately. Tim Jennings will be credited with the stop.
Well, Ryan Fitzpatrick being safe, protecting that 30-7 lead, didn't feel like pushing the ball up the field. And Terrell Owens didn't feel like going down in that snow either. He was trying to do whatever he could do to keep himself up off that ground.
So Brian Moorman will come out, standing inside his own 10-yard line. TJ Rushing is back deep for Indianapolis at his own 38. It's almost blocked. Rushing with some running room and a nice return out across the 40, close to the 43. 11:09 left to play. Penalty marker on the play, and it's 30-7 Buffalo as the Colts prepare to take over. And we'll check the flag.
Personal foul. Unnecessary offense. On the kicking team, number 50, late hit. 15-yard penalty. The Indianapolis ball, first and 10.
They call that on Josh Stamer, the backup linebacker. We'll step aside, back to Buffalo with more after this.
When I was a little girl, my mother spoke of a prophecy, of a time when all the world would be covered in darkness. She said God had changed. He was mad at his children.
It started.
You mind telling us what we're fighting?
Angels.
Legion. Rated R, January 22nd.
I lost 54 pounds by reducing my daily calories and replacing my usual fast food with Taco Bell's drive-thru diet. That's 7 delicious items, all under 9 grams of fat. When I decided to trim down, I knew I had to be realistic with myself. I didn't want to cut out my fast food, so I started choosing fresco items from the drive-thru diet menu. These results aren't typical, but for me, they're fantastic.
The Taco Bell drive-thru diet. Hear Christine's amazing story and learn all about it at drivethruddiet.com.
Bull market or bear, traders are always hungry for ideas.
Trading's all about strategy, and strategy is all about information.
Heat mapping shows me where the money's moving.
2,500 stocks.
One quick glance. That's where the action is.
Look at this, pattern matcher.
Pattern Matcher spots technical patterns automatically. It's like pattern radar.
TD Ameritrade, built by traders for traders.
This is what I need.
Trade commission free for 30 days. Plus, get $100 cash when you open an account.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by TD Ameritrade, Chevy and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers, and by Sprint, official wireless service sponsor of the NFL.
Back on this snowy day, here just outside of Buffalo, Orchard Park, New York. The Colts take over, trailing 30-7 with 11:09 left to play. Curtis Painter in at quarterback, throws it away. Well, play fantasy football. Play fantasy football during the postseason for a chance to win $5,000. Sign up now for Playoff Challenge at cbssports.com/fantasy. So no flag on the play. 2nd and 10.
And no let up in this Buffalo Bills defense. They've got all their starters out there still.
Mike Hart gets it on the delay. Great penetration. Kyle Williams has had a heck of a game. You talk to the Bills and almost to a man, they'll tell you that Kyle Williams may be one of the most underrated linemen in the league. He's just tough and physical, and he plays hard on every down.
Well, he beat Jamie Richard right off the ball. It was a mismatch from the word go, and then made the nice tackle, keeping his balance to go up underneath Mike Hart and make the tackle for a 4-yard loss.
So they'll bring up 3rd and 15. Colts with just 25 yards rushing. But again, they played most of the game without their starters. That's caught. Well short of the first down. Colin Cloherty, who's the rookie tight end from Brown, who was signed this week from the practice squad, with the catch, but it'll be 4th down.
Drayton Florence sitting there waiting on him the whole way. Curtis Painter getting a lot of experience today. Not a lot of it very good at this point, but he'll learn from it.
Parrish back deep for Buffalo. McAfee's averaged 47 yards a punt. Bobbled but fielded at the 11 by Parrish. No running room as he brings it back to the 15-yard line. 9:38 left to go, 37 Buffalo.
Well-informed people are considering Chevy Malibu.
You a cop?
No.
You didn't hear from me, but this Malibu, it offers better highway mileage than a comparable Camry or Accord.
Estimated 33 highway. I saw that on the EPA site.
So how come the Malibu costs so little?
It's a Chevy.
You have cop hair.
Now get 0% APR for 72 months, or during the Chevy Red Tag event, use $1,000 holiday cash to get $3,000 total cash back on select 09 Malibu vehicles in stock.
You get a lot of different stuff from her, and it's all right here. Everything sent to you, organized by the person who sent it. The Droid Heiress, the droid that's as connected as you, exclusively at Verizon Wireless.
Ours has more beef, for real, cooked over real fire. So what about that Wendy's double stack? It's real too, real small and real fried. The quarter-pound BK double cheeseburger, now just $1, only at Burger King.
The higher you fly,
got an arm over here,
the harder you fall.
Jetpacks. It's gonna be a weird one.
These are my babies, Bravo, Juliet, and Oscar.
My baloney has a first name.
Take off with NCIS.
Whoever made it is our killer.
It's a new NCIS that will blow you away. Wow. Tuesday, only CBS.
We talked about the milestones today. Fred Jackson goes over 1,000 yards, the first Bills player with the 200 yards in a game in almost 20 years. Reggie Wayne at 100 receptions. Dallas Clark, the second tight end in NFL history with 100 catches in a season. And Terrell Owens trails Tim Brown by just 7 receiving yards for 3rd most in NFL history. There's T.O., and let's see if the Bills try to get him the football. Fred Jackson, heck of a day. Dallas Clark on the Indy sideline. Reggie Wayne is there as well. Their day was done early. Jackson, the deep back in the eye. 9:38 left to go. T.O. And fighting hard, trying to get that 7 yards.
He's close to it. Kind of an awkward way to go down. T.O. almost got his right leg caught up in the little pile there, but showing a little bit of elusiveness after he made the catch. He's about 1 yard short.
That was good for 6.
You'll see here at the very end, watch his right leg. It almost got caught up. That hit from the side there.
2nd and 4. Play action. Fitzpatrick running with it. Slides forward for a first down.
And you see how slippery that field is, how hard it is right there. Ryan Fitzpatrick slid about 8 yards on that grass, or on that artificial turf. The referee spotted he slid another 5 yards after he hit the turf. Ryan, very mobile guy. He gets out on the edge a lot of times, not talked about with him, but
1st and 10 from the 20.
Here's the slide. Right there, you can see the mark where he started, and
another 3 or 4 yards.
Yep,
the hard way. There you go.
Yep, there's the line right there.
First down, Jackson. Picks up a couple more. Well, we want to take a moment to thank our crew here for another outstanding year. Our producer Ross Schneiderman, who always does such a great job, is our guiding hand behind the broadcast. Our directors, Chris Svensson and Jim Cornell. Guys in the booth with us, Joe Night Train Sullivan on stats, and our spotter Brett Bender, whose dad Gary, one of the all-time broadcasting greats. And just a big thank you to everyone who is a big part of bringing you the NFL on CBS, especially the folks back in New York. Our executive producer of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus, the vice president of production, Harold Bryant. Fitzpatrick will throw it. There's T.O., and he's got it. Third all-time.
And a good way to get it done. You unfortunately have a Colt down on the field. It's Freddie Keaho.
Colts training staff is out. Let's take a look.
Well, good hard play action allowed T.O. to get all the way across the field. A little indecision in the communication underneath by the Colts. By the time Cody Glenn, the linebacker, realized it was his responsibility, T.O. had already passed him.
So Terrell Owens moves into third place as one of the NFL's all-time leading receivers. Timeout on the field, 7:15 left.
It's okay, you can beat him, buddy.
Scott was really getting into a game on Wii one night.
Yes. Okay,
His friends, they were ready to go.
All right, one more game.
But just for a little while.
Yeah.
We had them all to ourselves.
Family moments cost less at Walmart. Get the Wii console now $199 plus tons of games at unbeatable prices. Save money, live better. Walmart.
There comes a time when you know you've got to make a change.
This is the new Domino's Pizza.
We improved everything. Sauce, cheese, crust, you name it. The deal is 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $5.99 each. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back.
All of it. Not half of it. All of it.
Excuse me. When you get a minute, can... When you get a minute?
Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Want to go again?
Bring it.
Family moments cost less at Walmart. Wii and Wii Fit Plus at unbeatable prices. Rated E for everyone. Save money, live better. Walmart.
CSI Miami. Monday. Only CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Bud Light, with a just right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability.
And we welcome you back. 7:15 left to go. It's 30-7 Buffalo on this snowy day here in Orchard Park. Some of the hardy faithful still hanging in there despite this game-long snowstorm. It's been a memorable day for a number of players on the field, including Fred Jackson, who's the lone back. He's carried 32 times for 207 yards. And he'll get another one. Jackson with a nice hole.
Fred Jackson with the handoff.
And he gets it out to midfield, and a short time ago, they put away the ball that T.O. caught to move into third all-time. NFL history in receiving. And a look at where he stands as he passes Tim Brown.
Tim Brown, a former teammate of mine with both the Raiders and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Quite an accomplishment by Terrell Owens, though.
There's T.O., 49 yards away from yet another milestone.
If any team needs or deserves some good things to happen in out this year, it's the Buffalo Bills.
That's Corey McIntyre. So give Fred Jackson a bit of a rest. Baldwin made the stop. Well, you can say what you want about T.O. and all of his flash and all of the controversy around him and the various teams and relationships with quarterbacks, but he has produced on the field. He's been one of the best in the history of the National Football League.
One of the big questions, where will it be next? I think a lot of people here in Buffalo, including comments from T.O., kind of lead you to believe that it probably won't be here in Buffalo.
McIntyre stays in the game. Clock running. McIntyre stopped short of the line of scrimmage.
Right behind you,
Raheem Brock made the tackle.
And I think, Bill, both teams more than content to just keep the ball on the ground, let this clock keep churning. Jim Caldwell's #1 priority, he told us yesterday, was to get out of this game unscathed. Nobody else getting injured. He said there was quite a toll to be paid. In fact, it was Bill Polian that told me that quite a toll to be paid to get to 14-0. A lot of players were bumped up. A lot of people don't realize that. And now to have the luxury of letting them rest and get healthy going into the postseason is very, very fortunate.
And the punt by Mormon goes out of the end zone for a touchback. Well, only CBS is America's most watched network. And we thank you for making us your choice for the best in television. And from all of us here at CBS, we wish you a Happy New Year.
Well, a lot of change in store here in Buffalo, Bill. You know, we mentioned the new general manager, Buddy Nix. Another change that was made, a promotion within the organization. Russ Branson promoted from chief operating officer to chief executive officer. They didn't have a true general manager. Now they do. So people in Buffalo hopeful that that'll be the start of a new combination for success.
Curtis Painter, quarterback almost all the way for the Indianapolis Colts. It's Mike Hart, and he's dropped immediately by John Cordo. And they're going to take the hurry-up offense for a spin. 2nd and 3. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Painter on the slant, incomplete. Basket was the intended receiver. And to acknowledge the work of some of the great folks here at CBS Sports, our senior producer of CBS Sports in the NFL Today, Eric Mann, directors Bob Matina, the guys in the studio did such a fantastic job all year. The coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS, Lance Barrow, the coordinating producer of CBS Sports is Steve Karasik. All back working hard. They're on week 17 in New York. Inside of 4 minutes left here in Buffalo. Painter going deep and incomplete. Basket couldn't quite bring it in.
And he smacked his head hard. He's down. You could hear it all the way up here. That is a hard field, and he went up for that football. That head really slammed into the turf.
Holding his head still, just encouraging him to stay on the ground.
He wants to get up. That's encouraging. But again, everybody in the stadium heard that head hit that turf, and you're going to see a good view of it right here. The ball a little bit underthrown by Curtis Painter. You see he turns around to catch it. And the head really did slam. You'll see the whiplash effect as his body kind of contorts to catch his ball. Boom, right there. And right away you can tell that he was not in good shape there.
In his 4th year out of the University of New Mexico, and now that's a good sign.
Very good sign.
Up on his feet, leaving the field under his own power.
Let's look at it full speed one more time so you get the full effect.
Colts were able to sign him for a bit of insurance in his 4th year out of New Mexico. Again, at 6 starts for the Eagles last season. Released by Philadelphia back in September. But I'll tell you, the young guys, Pierre Garçon and Austin Collie, have really stepped up and played well for the Indianapolis Colts this season. And they're going to be instrumental in the run to Super Bowl 44. Parrish has some running room and is upended finally after a nice return. Well, coming up next, if the Ravens win, they're in when they take on the Raiders. Plus other doubleheader action. Check local listings for the game in your area. We finish up the regular season here on CBS Sports.
Bill, you mentioned the way that Pierre Garçon and Austin Collie have stepped up for this team. One of the biggest losses, Peyton Manning was telling us yesterday, was Anthony Gonzalez going down with the knee injury, first game of the year, and then finally when he tried to come back, re-aggravated it, was put on IR about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Big loss in Peyton Manning's opinion, and he said that the loss of Marvin Harrison a few years back really has been a void they were trying to fill.
Corey McIntyre with the carry. He said not a day goes by during the season when he doesn't think about Marvin Harrison.
Exactly right. It was asked how often he thinks about it. He said every single day he misses Marvin Harrison. That's not a knock on Anthony Gonzalez or Austin Collie or Pierre Garçon. These are just guys that he has to develop that relationship with. He's done a great job with Collie and Garçon. And you know, one of the things Jim Caldwell told us yesterday was that this is a guy who's accomplished almost all you can accomplish in the NFL. MVPs, Super Bowls, but yet he stays after practice, puts in that extra time with these younger players to help get them ready.
McIntyre with some running room. Corey McIntyre. Tim Jennings finally stopped him.
Well, let me go on record and say that if this man were rumbling right at me, I would get out of the way. I would want nothing.
Not a small man.
No. He gets that momentum going. They got him listed at 258, 6 feet tall.
25-yard gain on the play.
Gain of 25 yards, and that probably will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just getting back to Peyton for a moment, he said that really the season has been especially rewarding because of the fact there's no Marvin Harrison. They lost Anthony Gonzalez early, and a tremendous job by guys like Garçon and Collie. We've reached the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does Charlie Daniels play a mean fiddle?
That's how you do it, son.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This is what I do. Who's been on an airplane before?
Me.
This is who I am.
This is what I do. This is who I am.
This is what I do.
Now, what do you guys want for dessert?
Brownies.
Brownies.
This is who I am.
AT&T's 3G network covers over 230 million Americans. It's a lot of people. To prove my point, I asked Gary here to friend request all of them. How's it coming, Gary?
We got one.
That's good.
Oh.
Ah, wow. Becoming a popular guy.
Want 3G coverage? We've got it. 230 million people in 9,400 cities.
Get out of here.
Okay. AT&T. Get an exclusive Pantech messaging phone free after mail-in rebate, only from AT&T.
Tuesday.
What's a fundamentalist doing in a strip club?
Extremism.
He's clearly past his expiration date.
Gets extreme.
This investigation is over.
They're shutting us down?
New NCIS Los Angeles, CBS Tuesday.
The Indianapolis Colts will have a bye week. So plenty of time to get healthy and get ready for a run at Super Bowl 44.
And let me say this, too. A lot of people, in fact, Boomer and Shannon made the point, you know, it would be 3 weeks before Peyton Manning and this offense had played a significant football game, but these guys have been there before. Peyton Manning is going to get all the reps in practice. He's going to get all the reps with his teammates. They know how to get ready for a football game. They'll be ready to go come that second round of the playoffs, their first home game.
Offside. Defense. Number 68. 5-yard penalty.
Call it on
first down.
Eric Foster, second-year defensive tackle out of Rutgers.
You know, it was Peyton that told us yesterday, too. Said maybe in a lot of ways, it was a blessing that loss happened last week, because if they would have won coming into here, all of a sudden now you're going for 16-0. There is that pressure to do it. Now maybe you play some players who really could use that time off, or maybe someone else gets beat up like we've talked about. Having that pressure removed last week made it very clear now the priority is to get everybody healthy.
Brian Braum has come out to conclude things here in the final 2 minutes. Another look at the playoff picture. Indianapolis already the #1 seed. The last 2 spots in the AFC will be decided here in this final weekend.
The Jets and the Ravens, very, very clear. They win, they're in.
Texans have come back, by the way, against New England. And they need 2 of the following teams to lose, either Baltimore, Denver, or the Jets. Any of those 2. And the Texans, if they can hang on and beat the Patriots, they will get to the postseason for the first time. And regardless if they win today, they will conclude with a winning record for the first time.
Brian Braum putting the ball game there to take the knee. The victory formation. The Bills, I do not believe, have seen it more than once or twice this year at the most.
So the Bills will start this new decade on a positive note. Finish the season with a 6-10 record. The Indianapolis Colts will conclude at 14-2. Partner, it's been great working with you.
Well, it's on to the playoffs, huh?
We're in another season.
It has been a great year.
Peyton Manning will get his team to regroup. And they will begin preparation for the playoffs, which they hope will conclude in Miami in Super Bowl 44. So that will do it for us. And now let's send you to JB in New York with a Burger King update.
All right, thank you so very much. And we're now going to take you out to a ball game between
is watching you fail our important Woofu test.
No, I'm pretty sure I said Woofu guest. Shalom.
But I studied.
Me too. Man smash!
He learned that in a comic book. I've been studying real books.
You can learn from all kinds of books. What the heck is that?
Which brings me to Man Smash! Sorry about the table.
In a world of chaos and disarray, brother and sister save the day. Yin, yang, yo. Yin, yang, yo. Yin, yang, yo. Yin, yang, yo. Yin, yang, yo.
She did it!
Yin is skilled in the mystic ways, knocking out spells and energy rays. Yang kicks butt with the cheek. Ooh, wah.
I chop, I snap, I blah, blah, blah.
Tall black dude named Master Yo, a grumpy old panda from head to toe. In a world of chaos and disarray, it's brother and sister who save the day. Yin, yang, yo. 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 When might and magic work as one, a villain's plan can be undone.
Coming, Mother.
Yin, yang, yo. Yin, yang, yo.
Who ate my peanut butter?
Master Woofu. We'll be right back to Yin Yang Yo on Disney XD.
We're awesome.
Yes, we are.
Let's do this.
Goodbye.
When Trip Campbell became a lead guitarist, he was expecting the wildlife.
The best was when we celebrated Burger's birthday in the back of the band.
But he wasn't expecting the brotherhood of the band.
Oh, we so slap.
I like being the smartest weasel.
I'm in the Band premieres Monday, January 18th, only on Disney XD.
Yes.
Aaron Stone. The next level begins next month. Only on Disney XD.
I think we may be in trouble.
Train with the best to become a super spy.
Good spy has no fear.
Monday, sharpen your skills with the adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Showtime.
Tuesday, go back in time with Minutemen.
Whoa.
Wednesday and Thursday,
Gadget here.
gear up and lock it in with Inspector Gadget. And Friday, become Spy Kids.
It's up to us. You with me.
Top Secret Training Movie Week starts Monday night at 5/4 Central on Disney XD. Check.
I've always wanted to be an artist. I always did through my whole childhood.
Art Instruction Schools has been successfully training artists since 1914.
All the skills I learned in the school were very helpful. They made me draw and paint things I might have not done, but that was good for me.
Their fully accredited distance learning courses offer instruction in all fields of art.
The people that hired me said that my portfolio was better than most of the college graduates.
I love to draw, you know, it's really inspiring to me. I was always able to draw pretty well, but was missing, you know, a good structural foundation, and that's what Art Instruction Schools found for me.
You'll learn at your own pace in the comfort and privacy of your home. So if you'd like to become a better artist, follow your passion with Art Instruction Schools. Take the first step. Call this number for your art test. There's no obligation. You must be 18 years or older to call.
Use might and magic. Now back to Yin Yang Yo on Disney XD.
Sorry about the table.
Why don't you two go play elsewhere? Now!
Man smash!
The bookstore. Home to the classics. So peaceful, so quiet.
Because nobody gives a load about them. Because the new issue of You Dude is here.
Help! Plated slacks and pinkies!
Do you guys do anything other than panic and beg for help?
Occasionally we do pottery. Pinkies, I tell you! Help!
Yang, come on. We have to...
Oh, man, this is so sweet.
You gonna help?
Excuse me? I'm learning here?
Ooh, aggressive men in tights. Very educational. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Incinerate!
Then I'll never know how it ends.
Well, I do, and it's super stupid. But I'll tell you if you help me save the tunicorns. Do we have a deal?
On one condition. Man smash, man smash, man smash!
Okay, we're here.
Looks peaceful to me. Now, tell me how it ends!
Okay, Dr. Von...
Help! The end is near and stuff. Run and stuff.
Oh, give it a rest!
But he's destroying everything we hold dear. And he's got an extra finger to do it.
He can't do that.
Yes, I can. For I am the Man-Nator. Half man, hairy hooves, but all man. Six-pack ring, activate.
You need to cut things up and stuff.
For the environment and stuff. Good heavens, that's contagious.
Silence! I have opposable thumbs and a 5-car garage. I do what I want. Here's my card.
Manator, manly doer of whatever he wants. The world revolves around me. Wow, he's got the same card as I do.
Sprinkles! I'm not telling you anything else about your stupid comic book until we save that tunicorn and stuff.
Not that we mind being held captive, but...
I do.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
I was too.
But would you mind telling us what the fazol we're doing here?
See that car?
Yeah?
It's gigantic and mine. See this collection of comic books? Gigantic and mine. See this house? It's gigantic and mine.
Yeah, and empty.
Like my bald head. Which is where you come in. Because I'm going to shave you guys bald and make a gorgeous wig. So women will love me. Especially the Womanator.
Yeah, you got no shot at that.
According to the Manator's business card, his hideout is down at the end of this street. You know, he should really switch to a less informative weapon.
Reminds me of when Dr. Van Duther lured his enemies into a
Why are we reading that comic? I tore out the last page.
Because this thing is chock full of information like, don't step on that sprinkler!
Foolish rabbit-based organisms. They had to sully my lawn. We'll see how hippity-hoppity they are when they are trapped in the cul-de-sac of chaos.
Ah! Thanks a lot, Yang.
Sorry, did you say something?
Put that down! We have to be on guard against real danger.
Like 2.5 adorable children?
Buy me this, buy me that, buy me this, buy me that.
Aw, they're adorable little toddler...
Bots! They are toddler bots! Just like in the book! I'm rereading because I care more about this than the tunicorns. Height-sized perpetrators of mechanized mutilation. Much like Dr. Van Duther's tantruming toddler of terror. Get!
I don't want to hear another word about your stupid comic. Can't stand the mindless, bratty chatter.
Here you go, little deviant. Buy yourself something nice.
Thanks, mister.
My pleasure.
Finally! See what you can accomplish when you pull your head out of the geekly reader?
Geekly reader. Pretty clever.
Suburban housewives? They're throwing suburb bombs! Yang! A little help?
Don't you ever disobey me, young lady.
Fighting back seems to make them worse.
Well, duh. Maybe if you just appreciated them every once in a while?
Appreciating neglected housewives? Of course! Transformate!
Oh, your father never buys me flowers.
And you say I can't learn anything from comic books.
The razor of self-esteem is charged. And now I will finally have all the hair I need for a date!
Technically, you'll have, like, 20 times the hair you need.
I am Man-Nator. I do what I want!
Give it up, you five-fingered freak! Your plan, which I haven't heard yet, is over.
You escaped from my cul-de-sac of chaos?
Duh. You ripped off every bad guy plan from you, dude.
Fool. I didn't rip off anything. I paid thousands for this stuff. I'm rich! How do you think I can afford this much waste?
you. You collect you, dude?
Well, I wasn't dating. I had to do something.
Can I read the last issue before I start pounding your bald head into your carpeting?
Get your paws off me, you dang dirty fanboy rabbit! Adjustable elastic belt of inevitable potbelliness, activate!
Oh, that's kind of creepy.
Man purse, activate!
Wait a minute, it's all here. Toddler bots, unappreciated housewives. They're all from the comic.
And I know how to defeat him, but you incinerated the last page!
To me, my frozen dinner!
How does it end?
I don't know. Something dorky. I didn't actually read it.
Who's cool now, eh? MP3 player / video phone / electronic day planner, activate! You're all tied up in my schedule. Schedule, I like that. Now to give my little friends a buzz.
Thanks, Yin. How did Dr. Doodler lose on the last page?
I didn't retain any of your stupid comic book. Stupid comic book. I did! Yang, use your stupid new move. That's how you dude won. That's...
Ha! I knew you actually read it. Where do you think I got that move in the first place? Dork.
My dainty tail!
Man smash! Man smash! Man smash!
Run, sisters! Be free and stuff!
Man smash!
You ever gonna stop?
Probably not.
Derek? I'm here for a date. Your online profile said you were tall and had hair.
I'm tall and I have hair.
To me, my adorable pony. And best of all, we're back in time for our big Woo-Foo test.
Tests? I said vests!
Shalom.
You really should pay more attention.
Master Woo-Foo. We'll be right back to Yin Yang Yo on Disney XD. On Disney XD, even teenage rock stars need friends.
You do collect a lot of weird memorabilia.
Why is having Steven Tyler's gum weird?
Because you reached inside his mouth and stole it.
Those were good seats.
I'm in the Band premieres Monday, January 18th on Disney XD.
Yes.
On Disney XD,
You're gonna get rules.
Moises takes on players just like you.
I challenge you to a basketball shootout. I accept your challenge.
And goes head-to-head in extreme sports action.
This is awesome.
Who has what it takes?
There's a best player.
Moises Rules, right here on Disney XD.
Bring it on.
Attention parents and grandparents of young children. Have you received this special notice from Gerber Life? Because Gerber Life is accepting applications for their affordable grow-up plan. It's easy to help your child get off to a good financial start for just pennies a day. Free information will be sent to parents and grandparents who call. Or you can apply over the phone if you like. The Grow-Up Plan gives your child $10,000 in whole life insurance protection now and then doubles automatically to $20,000 later at no extra cost. Later on, your child can buy more, up to $100,000 in total protection, regardless of their health or job, 10 times the original amount. The Grow-Up Plan also builds cash value over time that you can borrow from later. You can help give your child a head start for just pennies a day. Call for free information. You must be 18 years or older to call or go online.
Call 1-800-875-1924.
Here they come! The biggest, most powerful trucks in the world! It's lots and lots of trucks! And now through this special TV offer, you'll get 2 great videos for the price of 1. You'll get big trucks, little trucks, diesel, freight, and firefighting trucks, even trucks that blow through snow. Old trucks, new trucks, fast trucks, slow trucks, smoking trucks, even trucks from down on the farm. Plus diggers, dozers, dumpers, and much, much more when you order lots and lots of trucks. Each video is jam-packed with lots of ground-pounding, dirt-flying, close-up action. You'll see trucks of every shape and size, even a truck built right before your very eyes. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. This offer not available in stores. So get 2 great videos for 1 great price. Get lots and lots of trucks today.
Call 1-800-253-1000 to order your 2 DVD set, plus free Truck Songs bonus audio CD. You must be 18 years or older to call. Offer not available in stores. Call 1-800-253-1000 for lots of trucks.
Use might and magic. Now back to Yin Yang Yo on Disney XD.
Oh, Old Guy Monthly, you never disappoint. Dang, that's one heck of a walk-on. What in the foo-shoot is going on in here? Sounds like a trombone stuffed in a vacuum cleaner while someone strangles an elephant.
Oh, no, we're training here.
Oh, that's how I laugh. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, but can't you not?
We're engaged in elite evil fighting activities here.
Looks to me like you're just messing around.
To the untrained eye, it might.
Master Yo, we're level 1 Woofu Knights now. We need a little privacy to train the way we want to train.
Yeah.
Our own headquarters, so you're not always hovering over us.
Yeah.
Then we can paint pink.
Yeah. What?
Oh, you want your own headquarters.
Yeah.
This isn't what I meant.
You wanted a headquarters? Well, I took the head and made it your quarters.
And why are we in a tree?
Last time I used the outhouse, I had a little bit of backup. 2 birds, 1 stone. Enjoy your stay.
I wonder if villains ever have trouble finding their own space.
Carl! Are you coming up for some creamed pork? It's freshly creamed and oh so porky.
I'm kind of busy here, Mother. In the middle of spitefully interrogating a cheese demon.
Invite your friend if you want.
Mama's boy.
I'm sorry.
I said, cough, cough, Mama's boy.
How can I ever become my own roach with you sticking your nose in my evil all the time? That's it! Today I find my own apartment!
Fine with me.
Don't try and stop me! I'm leaving now.
Do you want his room?
Sure.
This is great, Yin.
It bites a dog's armpit, Yang.
But in a good way. We can watch TV whenever we want. I'm on my 3rd case of Choco Slugs. And look, I found where Master Yo put the broken chronologicum. It can turn back time so you can spend days in the can. Which, ooh, now that I mention it, I got...
On the outside!
Ever since I learned to control my digestive noises, bathroom privacy is just a gurgle away. Boop, boop, be-doop.
Gloomy 3-bedroom apartment for rent. Spacious, washer dryer, chamber of pointy things. That's good. Rats included. Nice. And it's mine! Mine!
Mizan!
Mine!
Mine! Mizan! Mine!
I'm getting away from my mother.
I was here first.
It's mine!
Huh?
The puffin!
Ooh, impressive umbrella. You got any other things up your sleeve?
The Laziz? Oh, shiznab! He's already rented it. Dang!
Do you need any roommates?
No, not roommates. We shall form a league.
It's the League of Evil. Carl, the evil cockroach wizard. Smoke, a warrior with a sword as large as her hate. Pond Scum, the musical mechanized menace. And,
Umbrella.
Quack, quack!
yeah, him.
We get our own space and split the rent 4 ways. How great is that? Ugh, that's already getting old. Who's up for a crime spree to furnish this joint?
You know, when you invited me over because you had your own space, I was sort of hoping there would be more, space.
I'm sort of okay with this. Maybe we just need a couch.
We interrupt this program to report a robbery in progress at the local Couch King.
There's some dumb luck. To the Foomobile!
We don't have a Foomobile.
Then to the cruddy public bus system mobile!
Not all bus systems are cruddy, Yang.
No, but ours is.
Well, that was a cultural experience.
If by cultural you mean filthy with creeps, I agree. Hey, where's Lena?
Yeah, you guys call me when you have a couch.
Hold it right there, Carl!
Yin and yang. Once again, you have me outnumbered. I guess I should surrender or call my partners in crime. Cue the league thingy.
The League of Evil. Carl, the evil cockroach wizard.
Nah, I'm not that impressed.
Smoke. She's hot and aggressive. She's hot-aggressive.
She could be a threat.
Still not worried.
Ponskew, the musical mechanized menace.
I'm starting to feel like that's a lot of villains.
And,
Is that a peg?
No! No, it's a puffin. Can't be sued for a puffin. You're first, Ponskew.
Nuh-uh, wait. Y'all's gotta put a little umlaut over the... Now, wait, you said it right.
That's gotta hurt.
Yes, that's why it says hurt on the weapon, fool. Whoa!
You're not helping, sis. What was that?
A distraction!
And so the League of Evil triumphs in furnishing their apartment of doom!
To the Cruddy Public Bus System! Mobile! Or something.
We got our butts kicked. Maybe we were outnumbered.
Or we're tired, bent, and miserable from living in an outhouse.
Maybe we're tired, bent, and miserable. Maybe we're tired, bent, and miserable. Maybe we'd be a lot less miserable if we had a couch!
Master Woo-Foo. We'll be right back to Yin Yang Yo on Disney XD. Get ready to be on deck all weekend long.
Perfect.
With Zach and Cody.
We're celebrating.
Chart a course for the high seas.
Watch and learn.
Navigate the water.
Yes!
And embark on the greatest adventure yet.
What was that? Does anybody else feel like they're moving?
The Disney XD premiere of Lost at Sea.
Those are sharks!
Part of the Sweet Life on Deck all weekend long marathon. Starts next Saturday morning at 8:30, 7:30 Central on Disney XD.
Whoa!
Attention parents and grandparents of young children. Gerber Life is accepting applications for their affordable grow-up plan. The grow-up plan gives your child $10,000 in whole life insurance protection now and then doubles automatically to $20,000 later at no extra cost. You can help give your child a head start for just pennies a day. Call for free information. You must be 18 years or older to call or go online.
Call 1-800-875-1924.
And now a sneak peek of Disney XD's brand new original series, Kick Buttowski. Disney XD's brand new original series premieres next month on Disney XD. Use might and magic. Now back to Yin Yang Yo on Disney XD.
Meanwhile, at the League of Evil, getting along fabulously on their fancy new couch.
Who ate my peanut butter?
Nuh-uh. Don't be hating on Ponskew. Someone got all up in my Swazitas meatballs, yo.
Keep it down! I'm watching the weather. When it rains, then we'll rise. The puffin!
Oh, no, you didn't. Nobody tells Ponskew when it's time to get it down and when it's not time to get it down, yo. Blixers, get it down. Hold on.
Keep it down. I'm trying to practice my serenity dance.
Meanwhile, by the old warehouse.
Wait a minute! All right, who said the announcer could stay in our closet? Are you paying part of the rent?
Heck no!
Then get out! Ah! Oh, now what? What is it?
I demanded the toilet paper hang forward, and some pathetic slug boy put this hanging backward!
It just so happens that Slug Boy, yeah, that's me! I did not give up the comforts of my mother's house and cream pork to not hang the toilet paper the way I want to. Wow, someone's a little touchy, huh? We'll get 2 roll holders, but only if they match. Tell me, mirror in our can, help the league with this new plan. A matching roller we must steal. Its location now reveal. Hey, I know them.
This sucks. I thought it would be awesome to have our own place, but wait, what did I say earlier?
Bites a dog's armpit.
Yeah, bites a dog's armpit.
We could ask Master Yo for our old room back. I mean, what can he say?
No!
But why?
Are you kidding? Old Yo's the man again. This is the hottest game room in the whole city.
Ha! Smoked you, chump!
And I promised the Nerdgastic Role Players Association they could have the room on Thursdays.
The password is I want to escape into a fantasy world to avoid facing my lack of a girlfriend. Welcome, dateless brother.
But Master Yo, we're your students.
Sorry, kids. You made your bed. Now I'm afraid you gotta lie in it. Sideways.
Bites a dog's armpit.
Hey, Yin.
Yeah?
I just want you to know, no matter how bad off we are, I'll always blame you.
Wait! Did you hear that?
Maybe it's someone coming to destroy us to put us out of our misery.
No!
The League of Evil!
The League of Evil?
You had to wish somebody would come and destroy us?
Yes, and that somebody is the League of Evil!
Oh, give it a rest already, will ya?
Oh, yeah? You want some of this?
I will slice you into tiny bite-sized chunks.
Oh, it's raining on my good cape. But finally, a use for the puffin! Where is that slacker dork?
Meanwhile...
Man, for a tiny outhouse, there sure is a lot of fighting room in... Oh!
Jam hammer! Huh. Boysenberry.
They're after the chronologicum. Don't let them get it! With it, they can change the time-space continuum.
Really? I could turn back time and live with my mommy?
Wait, we could turn back time and appreciate the fact that we had our own room that wasn't an outhouse?
But we'll still remember that Carl called his mom Mommy?
I mean, seriously, this place really is not big enough for all this.
Yin, roll it back now!
Well, this ends poorly.
You want your own headquarters?
No!
Okay, wow. I guess my day just freed up.
Man, that was close. We almost ended up living in the outhouse. But everything's back to normal.
It's only been a couple of seconds, Mother. What do you mean you've already rented out my room?
Oh, isn't he cute, his little tuxedo? Now I have someone else that isn't you.
Hey everybody, I'm Adam Hicks. And I'm Hutch Dano. And you watching all this on Disney XD.
Train with the best to become a super spy.
Good spy has no fear.
Gear up.
Gadget here.
And lock it in with Inspector Gadget. Sharpen your skills with the adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And finally become Spy Kids. Top Secret Training Movie Week starts Monday night at 5/4 Central on Disney XD.
Self-knowledge is a rare and sustaining prize, hard-won and elusive. The greatest warriors are those who know when to ask for help. Pride can blind a man or gargoyle, denying him the power of living the truth. In these difficult times, I fear for Hudson, for though he is strong, he is also uncommonly proud.
Hormenos Benite!
Hudson, your eye.
Same dream, over and over. Why now?
Something troubling you, old friend?
No. Can't a soul find a moment's peace in this place?
And I think we, all of us in People for Interspecies Tolerance, have to make that first step. I mean, we have to be the ones to reach out to them, okay? Gargoyles are living, breathing life forms that deserve everyone's respect.
Mary, how dare we presume that the gargoyles would welcome our attention?